Hey all, and this is the special Feast Mode 3 third course event. This is a Light Slayer event and Immortal Killer. So my main two teams for this event, the Light Commander team you can see here, plus the Water Slayer Immortal team. Those are by far my best teams. I've made up a few other teams as well that might be useful for the multi-bosses, but I think it's best just to talk about the first two teams, since those are the ones that will do all of the damage. So let's start with the Light Commander team. This normally hits for between 15 and 40 Q. The idea is to get Avatars of Illumination to do as much damage as possible. So the first card is Creators of Legend. This increases Light Commander damage by 225%. A nice boost. Divine Sovereigns. This gives Excalibur to the next Light Commander hero to give them a 500% damage buff. Avatars of Illumination, this is the main hitting card. Awakened one time, but I would like to awaken it more times. If I can get it up to 5 times awakening, it would do a lot more damage, and that would be really useful. This does also convert as well, so you could use this with Metaverse Masters if you want to use a Light Commander deck. Increases self-damage by 335%. That's always nice. Right. Caladria's Last Lineage. 140% increase to Light Commander damage. Creates power gems as well. Then finally, Nick Master of Blades. This is to get the extra Light Commander damage. A 225% buff. Avatars of Illumination is kind of essential for this team. If you look here, these are my only other Light Commander Immortal Killer heroes that are ultimate forms, and none of those really have any decent damage buffs. So that's kind of essential for this team. You could also try with Iria. The team would look something like this, but I don't know if that would do more damage than my previous setup. I'll put that back to how it was. There we go. Now for the relics. First relic I have is Desert Talon. This is a really strong Light Commander relic that I have while it's on the team. Then we have an Immortal Shield Breaker relic here. That on its own is enough to break all of the shields. Then the relic here, an old Arcane relic. Another Immortal relic. I don't really need that on the team, but it's there anyway, since it's one of my better relics. Then finally we have Aline's Spear. This has that percentage increase to attack. And since I don't need that many extra light gems at the start, this is quite useful to have on the team. So that's my Light Commander team. It could be useful for anything that's not locked. Might get 5 to 10% on Umbrals. The Water Immortal team, you've all seen this used in previous videos. I will talk through it again though. Holiday Saints is the first card. This gives the next water hero a 500% damage buff. Can be used to boost up Slayer and Commander heroes, making it a very good card. Then Metaverse Masters gives the next hero to use their battle skill a 150% damage buff. Both used to boost up Sovereigns of the Dance. This also converts the gems as well and increases self-damage. Frontier Titans, this increases Water Slayer damage even further. 130% increase. Then High Performance Unit Iria, after you take a hit, gets supercharged up, gives a nice attack bonus, and that boosts up Sovereigns of the Dance even further. That's a pretty good standard team though, useful in pretty much all events, may I add. I'm bringing it up again just to show you in case you've not seen it before, but I think most of you probably have. Anyway, for the relics, we have Cater's Bow to start with. This has a slight percentage increase to attack. Also a good water relic. Then a very old relic here. This is just one of my better Water Slayer relics, even though it's old. Another decent Water Slayer relic here. This one's an Arcane. And then the final two relics are both Immortal Shield Breaker relics. used together to break all of the shields. But that's what I have anyway as the relics. So basically I have a team for anything that's not locked and a team for my own locked bosses. The Water Immortal team should do more damage than the Light Commander team, but both decent options if you don't have a decent Light Slayer team, so maybe something to consider using for yourselves. Then if we have a look at the other three teams very quickly, I won't actually talk through the cards, but this is just my best Light Slayer cards. You can see they're all pretty old, unfortunately, so this won't really do any damage. This was an Earth Commander team I decided to make up. Might be useful for one of the levels of a Radiant multi-boss. A similar story with the Dark Commander team here. Take out one level of the multi-boss, get the nice trophies for finishing it. And there we go, that's the teams I'm using, plus some ideas if you want to use them. So let's get on with the actual event. Here we go. Alright, so here we go with the actual event. It's time to test out my teams on the bosses. I have an Umbral boss ready to go. So I'll start off by using my Light Commander team, I think, see how much damage I can do with this. So pretty straightforward team to use, just go left to right. I think the boss has Slumber though, so this could be quite tricky after Slumber hits. Not sure yet. We'll see. The other team might be better than this for that reason. Anyway, let's get an attack out. That's quite a good grid as there's 3 loose power gems at the bottom of the board. That should do pretty decent damage. Yeah, 43.1 Q considering this is a Commander team. I think that's pretty good actually. Let's try another attack though to see what sort of damage I can do with that, and then I'll probably quit out and try the Water team. Slumber's only hit the 1 card, so that shouldn't be too bad, I would have thought. Let's see. Let's try. There's only 1 loose power gem this time around. 18.5 Q, not bad. Not as good as the first attack though. Right, I'll try the Water team. Right, so here we go. Hopefully this will do a bit more damage than the Light Commander team. It's also slower though. Iria can remove Slumber, which is a bonus. Right, so the strategy for this is use Metaverse Masters on the first turn. Then on the second turn, use High Performance Unit Iria to get supercharged up. Then just go left to right, basically. Seems like the best option I would have thought. Let's give this a try anyway. Yeah, the game is still really laggy. It doesn't seem to be any better after the last update. In actual fact, it seems to be a bit worse, which is a bit unfortunate, but not much I can do about it. I don't really want to get another device. Or the other device I have can't really record videos, so slightly problematic, but I'm doing the best that I can. Anyway, let's try hitting, see how much damage I can do. Hopefully more than 40 Q, but this will only be suitable for locked bosses. It won't be suitable for the normal bosses, I would have thought. That's a pretty poor grid, if I'm being honest. It's still hit for 33.2 Q though, so I'll try and get another hit going, as that was pretty bad. See if I can do more damage than that. I know I use this team for most events, but it is a pretty standard and decent team if I'm being honest. I'm glad I managed to get this team. It has served me rather well in Slayer events, if I'm being honest. I don't really have a decent Light Slayer team though, so this will be the last team I test for this event. I simply don't have anything else of major excitement, unfortunately. Always lacking those Slayer cards. Again, it's not a very good grid. This could do 70 to 80 Q with the right grid. It's only doing 44, but that's not too bad. Right, I'll quit out anyway. I have one more go with this team because I feel it can do better damage than what you saw. It does all depend a lot on luck though. You need quite a few power gems loose from the main match, then just match the highest 2 power gems. I know this can do more damage than what it did though, so let's try and get a decent hit out from this team before I end the team testing part of the video. My main aim for this event, I think, will be to focus on the Radiant multi-bosses when they spawn. Those give a lot of trophies considering they are relatively easy to defeat. So if one of those pops up, I need to make sure I kill all at 5 levels. Of course, taking down an Umbral multi-boss is nice as well, but that's a lot harder. Now, this is a decent grid and should show the potential of this deck. There we go, 60.7Q. That's much better than my previous hits. But there we go, I think we're done with the team testing now. The other 3 teams here will probably be used for any multi-bosses, or should I say, Radiant multi-bosses that spawn. And hopefully I will have not too many problems taking down the Radiant multi-bosses. I can also take down the first 2 levels of an Umbral multi-boss with the Water and Light Commander teams. So now to have a quick look at the Feast Mode 3 section of the event. This is basically just get as many points as possible by combining recipes. Now I've only done a few so far. I don't have that many ingredients, but feel free to use these recipes to get yourselves started. Then if you have any more, feel free to post them in the comments if you want to do so. There's also those buffs you can buy with gems. I don't think any of those are really worthwhile, but it's entirely up to you. Then the ultimate form is the same one we've had before, so if it's already at 6 pink stars, unfortunately you won't be able to evolve it further. But this is what mine currently looks like. It's 3 pink stars, so I can get a bit further with this. But that's the event anyway. The guild rewards give the souls for the turkey. For example, if we go to the top here, you can see that's 2 of the souls for the warden if you finish first, then 1 if you finish second or third as examples. Anyway, let's get out of here. Now I might as well go and claim the event collection. It's the collection for evolving your legends, and since these legends are not really used much, it's not the best of collections, but I might as well go ahead and claim all of this while I am here. There we go, that's that done. Claim all of this, the support coins, master treasure trove, more support coins. There we go, that's that done anyway. I will back out of here. Now to see what it is this time around. Right, let's go over to the leagues page. Oh, it's a Dark Vanguard, okay. Right, let's have a look at this. So this is the Draconic Gobbler. This is a Vanguard, so when it's in position 1, it has a nice power boost. You can see here. Defender skill Fear. That's quite interesting. Fear can potentially benefit the player though, so do be a bit careful with using that. But that's a pretty decent Vanguard in general though. So might be one you want to use with a dark light mixed defense. There we go, that's what it is anyway. Now to claim the random 6-star hero. So something really interesting I did find here while evolving the support hero. I just want to bring this up to show this does actually have a damage buff on its own. Considering this is a support hero, I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. So that's something interesting to note. Support hero might actually be useful on the team. I know it's not much of an increase to light slayer damage, but that's incredibly rare to see that on a support card. So here we go anyway, let's claim the random 6-star hero and see what I get. 6-star bonus hero, I'm not really sure what that is. I think it's either an old support or main hero, so nothing too exciting. But let's have a look at the event deck. Culinary Masterminds. Increases Light Slayer damage by 250%. Creates power gems. And has a delay skill as well. When ambushing, increases Light Slayer damage by 350%. Plus creates an absolute ton of light power gems. Plus this has a revive as well. So this could potentially be a good GVG deck. Revive and massive amount of power gems on the first turn. Good for getting through a 6 pink star warden that's in position 1. It looks like a very strong deck, but it probably won't help me if I went and got it. So I will wait for the Fire Commander deck before using my coins. The 2 individual cards. Palette Pulverizer. This has the damage increase plus the revive, so this is without a doubt the better out of the 2 cards. Then the other card, Gastronomic Guru Mako, or Mako. This just creates the power gems. It does create a lot of power gems though, so you could use this card to convert another colour gems to light, so to speak, since this would fill up the entire board with power gems. But there we go, that's the card, Gastronomic Guru Mako. It's kind of rare to see both individual cards actually having a use on their own. Still, the damage buff overrides pretty much anything else, so Palette Pulverizer would be the card to get if you can only get one of the cards. Then let's finish off this video by having a quick look at the news feed, see what we have in here. Feast Mode 3 third course. Feast Mode sale there. Then it says about the event itself and the event boosters. This is pretty much the same as Feast Mode 2, mind you, but the recipes are slightly different. I did have a look at my older video to see if any of the recipes were the same. I will put a link to that in the pinned comment though. If you want to have a look at the Feast Mode 2 event and the recipes there, feel free to do so. It might help you out a bit with making recipes here. Then it just says about the 2 pink star ultimate hero. That was something for yesterday and has expired now, unfortunately. If you were able to make the deck then. It's not a hitting deck though, so the pink stars don't matter too much. 2 pink stars is not really much different to just having the ultimate form at 1 pink star. And there we go, that's the end of this video. I hope you found that interesting and helpful. As always, if you do have any questions or suggestions regarding this video, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. Feel free to post your recipes in the comments if you want to do so. You can also check out a previous video on the screen, plus a playlist of all my legendary Game of Heroes videos in. Plus you can also subscribe from here if you want to do so. And thanks for watching.